Welcome back to Footy Classified. Okay, Tiger time. All right, Lloydie, I want to come to you. I want to speak to the three of you guys. So, Adam Uze has got the chance now to shape his club because Peggy O'Neill's gone, and we know that. Damien Hardwick's gone. Matt Clark, Neil Baum, Brendan Gale is going. So, they were the main people during the glory years, the rebuilders on at Tigerland. Do they have to do it with the list?
Yeah, my opinion is you don't get the club you want as a senior coach when you first get there because you're stuck with the assistants that might be there, the players that are there. But after 12 months, you bang the desk and say, OK, this is now what I want and this is where Adam Uze's got. So I think they're all falling by the wayside off the field. He can't really control that, but on the field he can, and I reckon that's where he's got to look every single one in the eye and see who's in for the long haul and who isn't, and make some really tough calls.
Yeah, and I think the first 12 months, when you come into a very successful club, is you show respect to the senior players, which he has done beyond anything else. But the one advantage they've had with all the injuries, he's had a full look at the whole entire list. So I'm with you, Lloydie. When they have their exit interviews, what do I need to be able to play the way that I want this side to play?
There's a lot of big names on this list, a lot of premiership players who are still there, and the biggest of the lot and the biggest in history, arguably, at this footy club is that man on screen, Dustin Martin. And we've known for some time there's a big decision he has to make at the end of the season. There's now 8 matches remaining of this year. He's subbed himself out of the most recent game. There's another one there in Tom Lynch. He's contracted for next year on good money. It's a back-ended deal. I think there's a conversation to be had around him as well. Dion Prestia keeps doing soft tissues. I believe he's in discussions with the club, and at this stage, as we talk tonight, may well still find himself on the Richmond list next year, but there's another decision to be made around Dylan Grimes. But back to Dusty Martin, this is the biggest decision they've got to make, and I think they're entitled to Ed now to know within the next fortnight what he wants to do. Now, to have full respect for the answer if it's the wrong one, and that is the wrong if he wants to go to Gold Coast, but keep it private and then allow for that transition and then make all those decisions on the back of what they know Dusty wants to do. And I think he's got the right to make that call regardless.
OK, we'll come back on that, but let's hear what Damien Hardwick, his old coach and the current coach of the Gold Coast, had to say today.
He's a really, really good player. There's no doubt about that. And every single club would be crazy if they didn't, sit there and at some stage make an assessment. But what I do know is a required Richmond player at the moment, and that's up to them to make that call. Well, probably like 17 other clubs, we're always looking for good players, and Gold Coast is no different, and as is every other club. So, those list management calls will get made, towards the back end of the year. OK, well, I had to confirm today that there are clubs who are keen to maybe get Dustin if he's available.
I agree with what you said before. I think that for Dustin now, there's a really great opportunity. If he comes out and says, I'm going to finish at the end of the year, they have a farewell, get another 90,000 and send him off the right way. If he says, you know what, I'm going to stay a Tiger for life and I want to stay a bit longer and I'll coach and I'll really get involved. I've been the enigmatic player. Now I'm going to actually give, not just on the field, but really be around it. And people go, that's great, you're going to finish off. The Tigers embracing. If he comes out and says, you know what, I'm going to be better for Richmond if I'm off the books, you get a fair big slab and you can rebuild your club rather than hang around for 2 years. And, I'm going to go to the Gold Coast because I can build my life up there and that's something I want to do in the long term and we'll do it the right way. And you know who they play in the last round this year?
I do know who they play in the last round this year, the club you may want to go to.
Yeah, well, but if they did that, it could be the first time ever a player walks off the MCG getting applauded by 95,000 supporters of both sides because of the service. This can be a really elegant dismount for a bloke who deserves exactly that. But I think what he has to do is, in the past, he pushes everybody away. I think this time he needs to lean into it in the next month and make the call, and then away they go.
And do Richmond take control, though, here? How long do they wait?
Well, I've argued it's a fortnight, Lordy. I wrote about that overnight. I honestly believe he owes it to them on this occasion to give them that
Well, they need to be able to get into players and go. Yeah. It's one thing having the money in your salary cap. You've actually got to go and find the players and get the deal done.
And surely they're mature enough. If the answer is, I don't know, well, take that as he's not going to be at Richmond, and where he's going to be doesn't matter for them. They just move on. But I think they're entitled to know inside that time frame.
Can I just say, my mail today is that Dusty and Ralph Carr are very keen to actually make sure they do the right thing, whatever that may be. Now, I'm not going one way or the other on what his ideas are. They're the 3 options in front of him. They're the obvious options. But I think they're coming around to the idea that, yes, this time it has to be a bit more than just what's best for Dustin.
Of course it does, yeah. And Damien Hardwick walked out of Richmond with 18 months of a contract to run, and He had every right to do what he wanted to do, but I get that. But I can only imagine what some Richmond supporters may be thinking. He might wrench Dusty out as well.
I don't think Damien Hardwick had any more to give, and I think it was the best thing for both of them.
Well, he was very accommodating 100 days later to coach a club that may have offered him the job before he left the Richmond one.
That happens.
It does, but he had 18 months to run and he made decisions, which we're talking about now.
But I'd rather he go and have 18 months with Adam Uze to get sorted out.
He's left Uze a bit of a problem, hasn't he?
Yeah, but the problem was always going to be there. The best result is Uze's in there, and as Matt says, all right, he's had a good look around, now he can make his decision. They're actually 18
It's a mess.
months.
They're 2 and 13, and the CEO resigned on or publicly announced he's leaving in May, and he's still there. Who's making these decisions? I think they're a mess. And I'm not sure they've got the people in there at the moment to get them out of it. Brendan Gale's making decisions that relate to the Tasmanian job he's taken right now, and that's just a statement of fact.
At least they're a mess off the back of 3 flags.
Correct.
Yeah, so you're willing, at least you can live with that.
But I think they can bounce. I mean, they've had a shocking run with injuries. Let's say they finish last or second last, then Richmond's still a destination club, if you like. They've got great facilities, they've got a great future, wonderful crowds, MCG, all that type of stuff. If they get into the draft early, get a kid, and that's the thing, if Dusty tells them what they're doing, they can work out their draft. There's a couple of good midfielders, isn't
Absolutely. It's a full top 10 elite midfielders this year.
Okay, so do that, or you do the swaps, whatever you need to do. Francis Jackson can get involved and get himself right. They've got the right people down there. They've just got to understand what they've got to play with.
I know we're going on a break,
think that'll happen.
but is he the right fit for the Suns? Would you take him?
I'd be taking him. If he was going to say to Damien Hardwick, I'll play for you for at least 1 season, maybe 2, I think it's worth a risk. That he's smart enough, Hardwick, to deal with that situation.
I thought when he came off on the weekend, I thought he was just about cooked. Today, those close to him tell me that the back is okay. And that he did a full physical at the start of the year, and they think...
And I'd go as far as saying that the greatest man of the mystery in the competition is Dustin Martin. He will know tonight what he's doing next year right now.